All right, the numbers are staggering. U.S. Border Patrol apprehending more than 500,000 illegal immigrants since October. 4,000 a day. So how exactly are they getting here? Our next guest just got back from Guatemala and saw firsthand how the cartels and human traffickers are manipulating the crisis and luring the migrants and their children here. Investigative journalist and Fox News contributor Sara Carter joins us now. Sara, so you went down to the eye of the storm in Guatemala. What'd you see?
Yeah, good morning, Brian. It was incredible. I was able to get into some of the villages outside of Guatemala City. They're basically abandoned. I was talking to people in some of these villages that said more than 60% of Santa Rosa de Lima, the residents, the original residents, have actually fled with traffickers, human traffickers, drug cartels to the United States. They've been promising them that they would get entry and using our own broken system to get in. A lot of children have been missing. Some of the children are being rented. They're being used over and over again to get people into the country. So it's a really horrible situation. If we could go to a soundbite, there's a gentleman that talks about it. His name is Bran, and he basically discusses how dangerous this situation actually is.
Now big problem. More money and more problems. The people say, give me money. If you don't give the money, you stay here for, I don't know.
What happens if you can't get the money? What will they do to you?
They die. If they don't have the money, they...
So that's what they're dealing with here. Now, you said a
That's
system.
what we're dealing with.
Say it's like $11,000 to come to America. They don't have the money, so they give a little bit down. And then what happens once they get here?
Oh, so if they don't have the money to pay back, what they do is they basically go into servitude. That's when you find out, like, that ICE or the DEA or Border Patrol finds a home filled with migrants being held almost in servitude here in the United States. Some of the younger people, the women, end up as sexual slaves. This is a humanitarian crisis, and these drug cartels are taking advantage of our laws, which perpetuate this incredibly horrible behavior that allows these cartels to amass millions, if not hundreds of billions of dollars. Because remember, they're not only involved in human trafficking, but they're also moving narcotics into the United States. It's an incredibly dangerous situation. Guatemalan officials tell me, and I spoke to senior Guatemalan officials both in the defense ministry as well as in the intelligence ministry in Guatemala. They said they are working very closely with U.S. officials to try to rectify, but there's nothing they can do to stop the flow unless we both work together.
Real quick, Sara, 20 seconds. Kevin McAleenan's going down there next week. What do you recommend he tell them?
Well, he has to demand that we work together, and if they don't work with us, then we have to withhold money. I mean, I think the most important thing here is that the defense industry, as well as the defense ministry in Guatemala and the United States, work together to try to stop the flow. If we invest money, we should invest it in security, we should invest it in training, and we should invest it in the areas that help both of our countries for national security and actually for the future, because what we're seeing now is a growing crisis that seems to be exacerbated by the drug cartels.
1% of their population is already here illegally.
That's
Unbelievable.
correct.
Sara Carter, thanks so much.
Thank you.